going on, Dragon Ball Z fans? UnrealEntGaming here again, once again, presenting yet another awesome update here today. Now, today we're going to be discussing the possibilities and what we as fans want to see in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Now, I think it's very inevitable at this point right now that they are in development, in current development at least, for a Dragon Ball Xenoverse sequel. Given the fact, based off of what we saw at the end of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, I'm pretty sure, at least 97% sure, that we will be getting a Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I really don't see why not, especially with the ending of Mira and Toa having to still be alive and then going off into the distance and plotting for their next attack. I think that they ought to definitely make a Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and my prediction will follow a 2016 release date, perhaps, if anything, an early 2017 release. But the most important thing about this is what we as fans want to see. Now, as great as Dragon Ball Xenoverse was, there were so many factors that made the game just a little flawed than how we normally expected it to be. Now, number one, we as fans have always wondered what it would be like to have multiple classes. Well, we got that in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, of course, but there was only one or two particular classes where people always would go on ahead and select the most, and that being the Saiyan class or the Frieza Clans class. Now, it was always either the Frieza Clan or the Saiyan race that people would choose from on online multiplayer matches, rather than the Majins and the Earthlings and the Namekians, especially the Earthlings. I mean, I didn't really see that many people select an Earthling online, and that was a huge issue. And the only reason why people were selecting the Saiyan classes was because, you know, obviously you had the Super Saiyan transformation and you had the Super Saiyan 2 transformation, and of course, you know, given the fact that you had a lot of, you know, unique clothing and a lot of unique, you know, stuff to add on to the Saiyan class. And the same thing applies for the Frieza Clans class, because you were able to pretty much alter their look, having Berserker armor and all that kind of stuff. It was pretty cool looking, but like the Majin class I felt like was lacking the most, because as cool as it was, I just felt like personally they could have added a feature where you were allowed to make a male version of Majin Buu that was skinny rather than just having him be ginormously fat. And that's why a lot of people often would select the female Majin Buu, because it would represent either Kid Buu or Super Buu to an extent, because, you know, she was skinny and she had the look for it. Also, what I think ought to be added in the game are alternative characters. Now, we had so many DLCs that included the Fukatsu no F, Resurrection of F characters, Super Saiyan God Goku, Super Saiyan God Vegeta, we had Golden Frieza, we had Jocko, we even had the gods, we had, you know, Beerus and Whis, we had Mira, Toa, we had Dragon Ball GT's Kid Goku. Ironically enough, Baby was missing for some reason, which I don't understand why. Baby's final form was never in the game. They included 17 and Omega Shenron, but they never included certain characters like Time Breaker Bardock and stuff like that. So, for me personally, I think in Xenoverse 2 they ought to include what-if characters, what-if scenarios. If Dragon Ball Xenoverse was based off parallel timelines and like alternative dimensions, don't you think that somewhere out there would exist a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, perhaps maybe a Janemba and Majin Buu absorbed, Super Saiyan 3 Trunks from the future, you know, stuff like that would be really cool, I believe. So I think adding alternative characters would be really cool, because again, more often than not, you would see a lot of people create their own characters. Well, I mean, there was nothing wrong with that, and you would see mostly custom-made characters online, but then some people would try to represent and create, you know, reincarnations of Super Saiyan God Vegito and Gogeta. Gogeta was missing in the game, so was Janemba, you know, Bojack, and a lot of other characters. So I think adding a very dynamic roster would be really cool. Instead of adding like multiple slots for certain characters, like for example, Frieza had 4 slots. He had his first form, his final form 100% full power, and his golden form. I mean, Frieza literally took up 4 slots. We had Majin Buu, Super Buu, and Kid Buu, which didn't really, you know, bother me a lot, but I mean, where in the world was, you know, Super Buu Gohan absorbed? You know, stuff like that actually varied. So I think adding more characters, even including what-if characters, I mean, they had that in, you know, Raging Blast 2, so why not have that in Xenoverse 2? And going based off of like one of the hottest games right now, which is Dragon Ball Heroes, Dragon Ball Heroes has so many what-if characters. Super Saiyan 4 Broly, they have Majin Buu absorbed with Omega Shenron, they have Janembu, they have Janem Baby, they have Grade A Broly, they have, you know, Beerus, they have Whis, they have Super Saiyan God Vegeta in his red form, they have you know, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock now. They have Super Mira, which I think ought to make an appearance in Xenoverse 2. They have so many awesome what-if characters, and I think if they made a Xenoverse game based off of the character roster from Heroes, I think that'll be an amazing game. Another featurette that I would say was missing was the ability to add little snippets onto your character. For example, I always wanted to add the little Majin symbol on my character's forehead, but I wasn't able to do that because they didn't have the feature to where you were able to do that. They had like so many accessories and, you know, equipments that really weren't necessary to an extent because so many people didn't find any use in them. Yeah, I mean, it was really cool to like create a character to a certain extent, but I mean, more often than not, there were so many, you know, items that weren't even chosen by players that they didn't even care for it. So why not add things that would really benefit the players, such as, like, you know, the Majin symbol, and perhaps maybe, you know, different kinds of alternative clothing, you know, stuff like that would be really interesting. So I just feel like adding extra accessories would be really cool. Perhaps maybe including, you know, Dr. Giro's, like, you know, little hand drainers where, like, you know, Android 19 had them and Super Android 17 had them on his palm, where he was able to absorb energy and stuff like that. You know, like adding tails. I mean, where in the world was the feature for you to add a tail to any character? I mean, I think that would have been so cool to have. You can either have their tail be floating about, or you can have their tail wrapped around like their waist or whatever. Like that stuff like that would have been really cool. Also, what I feel like they ought to have added was complete and utter environment destruction. Now, there were so many ultimate attacks in the game that were really cool. Some of them were really overpowered, such as the Blue Hurricane and the Electronic Shock, and, you know, so many other movesets. Sphere of Destruction. But then again, once you would unleash like these gigantic attacks, they didn't really do anything to the environment, which I think would have been so cool if like the environment was altered a little bit based off of your attack. Because I mean, let's face it, if you throw a spirit bomb into the ground, why in the world would it just fade away? I mean, I understand it's a mechanic that is just very minor in detail, but still, nonetheless, it's Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is known for things getting destroyed left and right, so why not have that feature? Also, what I think ought to be added is a much bigger character slot for people to customize their characters. I believe Dragon Ball Xenoverse had like 10 characters. I think they ought to up that up to like either 15 or 20 because, again, certain times you would create so many characters and you would like them, and then finally when you decided to make another one, you had to get rid of, you know, one of your characters that you already made because there were no more slots available. So that pretty much like really sucked right there. Adding a bigger character slot would be another one. Also, the multiplayer features. Sometimes the servers were so merped out that you weren't even able to join any games. And I love the multiplayer. I still play it till this day. The only thing that sucks is the fact that there's a timer. Why in the world would you spend 3 minutes online when in Battle of Z you had about 15 to 10 minutes to duke it out online? You know, that's what made it special. So I think by adding you know, just more time onto the feature, it would really be beneficial and allow the players to pretty much go on ahead and duke it out for a longer period of time. I mean, I think for one, I would have definitely have enjoyed that feature because it would have allowed me to battle people longer and just have more of an experience. Dragon Ball Xenoverse, as I said, was a great game, but again, there were certain things that were just missing about the game. I understand they probably couldn't include it or probably add it into the game because of, you know, late delays or whatever the case may be, but Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 has potential to be so much more better, and I think it will be, but let me know in the comment section below, guys, your overall thoughts and opinions on how exactly would you guys want Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 to be. What would you guys add in the game? What would you guys, you know, add as features, accessories, special attacks? I would also love to have the ability to customize my own character's combinations. For example, when you would do like the whole grapple attack, when you would, like, you know, grab them and whatnot, sometimes it would always be the same. So I for one would love the ability to have, you know, Beerus's grapple, where I get to choke you and then spin you and then kick you in the stomach, or perhaps maybe Broly's grapple, where I grab you by the face and I just throw you like 15 feet, you know? I think adding, you know, customizable combination sets would be great because it would really distinguish characters. Like, and not every character would fight the same, not every character would look the same. So I think by distinguishing that, I think it'll tell a giant story online as well. I mean, there's so much more to talk about, but I mean, just let me know in the comment section below, guys, on your overall thoughts and opinions on this. What would you guys like to see? What would you guys include? What would you guys take away and not add ever again? Leave your discussions, opinions, and theories in the comment section below. And do you guys think Xenoverse will be dropping next year, or do you guys think it'll be delayed for for 2017? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Once again, thank you all for watching. If you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans, don't forget to subscribe for all the hottest and latest news, information, and updates. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys want to see Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, smash that like button, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more. I mean, I know this video is going to get a lot of people talking, if you know what I'm saying. People are going to start making other videos, you know, sharing their own opinions and whatnot, but I mean, that's fine. As long as you guys just get out there and you spread the word, I mean, that's all that really matters. I mean, for me personally, as a fan, as a content creator, I would love to see more of Dragon Ball Xenoverse in the future, because again, they just came out with this whole shtick of, you know, Time Breaker Bardock and him, you know, breaking free from Mira and becoming a Super Saiyan 3, and then Mira becoming Super Mira. It was just really, really cool. So I think they ought to base it off of Dragon Ball Heroes, because Dragon Ball Heroes has such a large, you know, distinct roster, and they could do so much with that. And of course, with, you know, Time Patrol Trunks still being in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, they could do something with him. We saw the Supreme Kai of Time in Dragon Ball Heroes summon a bunch of her friends, which we don't even know who in the hell they all were, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they were all Kais too. Kais of something, you know, Kai, the Kai of Light, the Kai of Darkness, I mean, something, you know. It was just really, really awesome to see. But let me know in the comment section below, guys, your overall thoughts and opinions. More combinations, more characters, more maps, for the love of God, more maps. I would have loved to see Beerus' homeworld as a playable map. I think that would have been so cool. I think other places as well. Just various things, man. Like, they had so many options to do so much, and I really hope that in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 we get to see a capitalization of that. So once again, guys, thank you all for watching. Once again, if you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans, like I said, smash that like button, spread the video everywhere. Let's get the word out, because I'm pretty sure, I'm at least 99.9% sure we are going to be getting a brand new Dragon Ball Z game next year. But I mean, I'm a little iffy if it's going to be Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I would love it to. I would love for it to be that. But then again, we're all gonna have to wait and see what happens as the months follow, just to see if we have any word on what the hell's going on. Just who knows? 2016 is gonna be a great year, just as 2015 was, with Dragon Ball Super and Champa and all these characters and DLCs, and man, it's been a great year. So once again, guys, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll be seeing you all on Beerus' homeworld. Take it easy, gods. Peace.